Hi, welcome to this session on CAT 2020 LRDI solutions. In today's session, we'll be looking at a set which came up in CAT 2020 slot 1, the very first slot. Now, this is a 6-question set. It involves averages, score, examination scores, missing numbers, etc. This type of question has been very popular in the past CAT examinations as well as we have quite a few questions in our must-do LRDI sets also very similar to this. I have linked those particular questions also in the description of this particular video. Now, before I start, I would suggest, in case you have not tried this on your own or you did not attempt this particular set in your CAT LRDI slot, please do pause this video, have a look at the description of this video, the PDF, as well as the answer keys available. Once you have tried this on your own, then proceed with the rest of this session. Before I start, in case you have not done it already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please do hit the like button in case you like this particular video. Please do comment and let us know how you liked these solutions and the ones which follow. Also, share this with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. You can also follow us on various other social media channels like LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. All the relevant links are available in the description of these videos. In case you're preparing for the CAT 2021 examination, do have a look at our Ultimate LRDI course. This is the most comprehensive course for CAT LRDI available in the market. We have more than 500 LRDI sets with detailed and well-explained video solutions. We also provide you with one-on-one mentoring. You get a chance to review your CAT preparation throughout your CAT journey, and in case you get stuck, you get a chance to speak with me individually and get your doubts resolved. We have prompt doubt clearing, discussion forums, WhatsApp and Telegram groups. Everything is available all in one roof. Do have a look at that course. The link is available in the description of this video. Let's get started. This set says in a certain board examination, students were to appear for examination in 5 subjects: English, Hindi, Maths, Science, and Social Science. So there are 5 subjects. Due to certain emergency situation, a few of the examinations could not be conducted for some students. Okay, so very much like what has happened in the COVID case. Okay, hence some students missed 1 and some students missed 2 examinations. Okay, so 1 or 2 examinations is being missed. Nobody missed more than 2 examinations. Okay, the board adopted the following policy for awarding the marks to the students. So there is a policy of awarding marks for the missing where people did not attempt it. And if you look at it, you have marks obtained by the students in the examination are given below. So this also includes the marks which were awarded for missed examination as per this policy. Right, and then you have some information regarding some people missed this, some people missed this, and so on. If you look at the questions, right, the questions are who did not appear for the maths, who did not appear for English, what can be best said about the people who did not appear for Hindi, science, how many people missed exactly 1, how many people can we find out which exams they missed, and so on. So basically we need to find for each exam who was the student who missed it, or for each student we have to find out which exam did that particular student miss in case he missed it and all. Okay, so now let's look at this in a little bit more detail. Let's first look at the missing marks policy. It says if a student appeared in all 5 examinations, then the marks awarded in each of the examination were on the basis of the scores obtained by them in this. So in case you don't miss an exam, you get the actual marks. Not a problem, right? If a student missed only 1 examination, then the marks awarded in that exam was the average of the best 3 among the 4 scores in the examination they appeared for. Okay, so if you have exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, exam 4, and then you missed an examination. So you are missing just 1 exam. So you will take the best 3 out of this, the top 3 scores, and then take the average of the score, and that average will be your marks in the 5th examination. Okay, now if a student missed 2 examinations, suppose you attempted only 3, then the marks awarded in each of these exams was the average of the best 2 among the 3 scores. So for 4 and 5, exam 4 and exam 5, you'll take the best two exams, right? And then take the average of them and award the same marks for both 4th and 5th. So one way of checking whether the student missed two exams is you will get 2 marks as equal. Now that is not the only criteria, but that is one way to check. Okay. So if you miss 2 exams, right, you will have 2 scores which will be identical, right? But that doesn't mean that just because you have 2 identical scores, you will miss 2 exams. Okay. So just be a little careful. So this can be a filtering process, but it cannot be a foolproof process as such. And then you have marks obtained by these 6 exam students. Okay. So let's summarize what we have as of now. Okay. So student missed, attempted all 5 actual scores. Student missed only 1, then best 3 average. Student missed 2, then average of the best 2 out of the 3 they appeared in. Okay. Now let's look at the conditions. Each of them missed either 1 or 2 examinations. Okay, so nobody attempted all the 5 exams. That is one part. And the second one is nobody missed more than 2 exams. So everyone missed either 1 exam or 2 exams. So everyone attempted at least 3 and at most 4 exams out of the 5. Okay. First one says four of these students appeared in each of English, Hindi, Science and Social Science. So in English, 4 people appeared for the exam. Now there are 6 students, so 2 people missed the exam. In Hindi also the same case, 4 and 2. Maths we don't know as of now. Science is again 4 and 2. Social Science is also 4 and 2. So 2 students missed the exam. You cannot use that directly here. You'll have to use it row wise, not column wise. Okay. The student who missed the maths examination did not miss any other examination. Okay. So there is only 1 student who missed the maths examination, right? Remaining 5 appeared for the maths examination. So you need 2 people who are missing, 2 people who are missing, 1 person who is missing, 2 people who are missing, 2 people who are missing. Okay. So there is only 1 student here. Okay. What else do we know? One of the students who missed the Hindi examination did not miss any other examination. And the other student who missed the Hindi examination also missed the science examination. Okay, we'll come to this a little later. Okay, now can we identify the missing examination, or can we identify the exam which he definitely attempted? Right? There are 2 parts to it. We have to identify the exam which the student missed. Conversely, we also need to identify the student which he definitely appeared for. The balance will be the exam that he missed. Now, let's see what happens. Let's start with Alva. Can Alva miss English? Right? Let's take this as an argument's sake. Can Alva miss English? Right. What happens if she missed English? She scored 80 in English. Right. If she missed 1 exam or 2 exam, for instance, right? Let's assume she missed 1 exam. So English is the exam she missed. Her score in English would be the average of the best 3 among the 4 scores in the exam she appeared for. So her score should have been the average of the best 3 out of the remaining 4 scores. Average of 75, 70 and 75 cannot be 80. Why? Because 80 is higher than each of them. So we can very clearly say that the student cannot miss the exam where he or she scored the highest, right? Because if you miss an exam, you will be given average of some other exams, right? Unless all the scores are identical, right? The average has to be lesser than the highest and higher than the lowest. So the average, so the exam that the student misses cannot be the one where he or she scores the highest. So we know for sure Alva definitely attempted English. Similarly, we know Beatty definitely attempted English. Similarly, we know Carl definitely attempted science. We know Deep definitely attempted mathematics. We know Isha definitely attempted mathematics. We know Phony definitely attempted science. Right? So that is the highest. Now let's look at the lowest. Can Alva miss the social science examination? Just like the highest cannot be an average of the other exams or some of the other exams, the lowest also cannot be the average of the other exams, because by definition the average lies between the highest as well as the lowest value. It will be equal only if all of them are identical, right? Which means that Alva cannot be missing the social science. She definitely attempted social science. We can also check for Beatty. Beatty definitely attempted mathematics. Carl definitely attempted English. Deep definitely attempted English. Isha definitely attempted social science. And Phony definitely attempted Hindi. Right? We know this for sure. Can we do it for the second lowest? Right? Now, assume that you have the second lowest marks. Right? So let's assume, can Alva miss the mathematics examination? Now, if Alva missed the mathematics examination, right? If Alva missed the mathematics examination, her score in mathematics would be the average of, again, the best 3. Now, best 3 will not include the lowest mark. Best 3 will not include the lowest mark, which means a score, the second lowest score, also cannot be an average. It cannot be an exam which is averaged out, or cannot be an exam which she missed. Right? Just as we did it for the lowest, even the second lowest cannot be a exam which she missed. It is a genuine attempt, or it is an exam which she attempted. Mathematics definitely attempted. Similarly here, Beatty, Hindi definitely attempted. Carl, Hindi definitely attempted. Deep, social science definitely attempted. Isha, science definitely attempted. Phony, maths definitely attempted. Now, we know that the highest has to be an exam which you attempted. The lowest and the second lowest also have to be the exams which you attempted. Why? Because for highest and lowest, it is because the average always has to be between the highest and the lowest. Right? And why the second lowest? Because you're taking the best 3 or the best 2 out of the remaining exams. Right? So this is a very nice breakthrough. We can summarize this part. Okay. So I have mentioned this, right? All these orange colored cells are the exams which are genuine attempts, right? Now let's apply the conditions. Now we know for English, Hindi, science and social science, each exam is missed by 2 students, whereas mathematics is missed by only 1 student. Now we know all the other 5 students, these are genuine attempts. We have already discarded the highest, the lowest and the second lowest, right? So only Carl misses mathematics. That was one of the questions. Similarly, for English also, we know who are the people who missed these 2. So we already have attempted 2 questions just by understanding the data properly. We know this is the case. So this is a miss. Right? Now let's go to the third condition. Third condition says one of the students who missed the Hindi examination did not miss any other examination. The other student who missed the Hindi examination also missed the science examination. Right? One of the students who missed the Hindi examination did not miss any other examination, whereas the other student also missed the science examination. Now Isha cannot be missing Hindi. Why Isha cannot miss Hindi? Because if Isha misses Hindi, right, either she should miss also the science examination, or she cannot miss any other examination. But Isha has already missed English, right? Which means that Isha cannot be the person who missed Hindi. This attempt was a genuine attempt, right? She actually appeared for this exam, which means Alva and Deep both missed the Hindi examination. I should mark it as M. This is a miss. This is a miss. So both Alva and Deep missed the Hindi examination. Now, as we discussed earlier, right? If you miss 2 exams, your scores in those 2 exams should be identical. So the one person who misses Hindi also misses science, right? So either Alva misses Hindi and science or Deep misses Hindi and science, right? So one of them will miss science, whereas other of the scores is genuine. So it can be possible that Deep's 90 is genuine, right? He actually attempted the science examination, right? And it can also be possible that, Alva's 75 in science is an actual attempt. But one of them has to be a missed score averaged out, the other one has to be a genuine attempt or actual appearance in the examination. We don't know which one is which. So we also know who are the two people who missed Hindi. Right. We now also know that one of these two missed the science examination. Right. One of these two missed the science examination, which means the other definitely attempted the science examination. Right. So we will have one attempt here and one missing here. But I need two missing total. So the second missing person has to be Beatty. Right. So Beatty's score has to be a missing score. The last exam left is social science. Now in social science, there are three scores which we don't have a genuine idea about. Right. But only two of them are missed scores averaged out. One of them is a genuine attempt or the student actually appeared. Now let's look at Carl. Carl has missed the maths examination. Which means he cannot miss the social science examination because the student who missed the maths did not miss any other examination, which means Carl's score in social science is a genuine attempt. It is not a missed attempt. Right, which means Beatty and Phony have to be the missing guys. These two scores are the missing scores. This is done. So we have the entire set done, right? About 8 to 10 minutes. We have all the information which is there, right? The only thing which is missing is we don't know whether Alva missed the science or Deep missed the science. One of them definitely missed the science exam and other one attempted. We don't know which one is which. Everything else we know for sure. I've summarized this information. I've put this in gray because these two is unknown. Everything else is known for sure. Let's go to the questions one by one and tick them off. First one says, who among the following did not appear for the maths examination? We know Carl did not appear for the maths examination. Option 2. Question 2, which of them did not appear for English? English is Isha and Phony. Option 3. Third one, what best can be concluded about the students who did not miss the Hindi examination? We know both of them who are missing, Alva and Deep. Option 2. Let's go to the fourth one. What best can be concluded about the students who missed the science examination? Okay, who misses the science? We know Beatty definitely missed and 1 out of Alva and Deep misses. Beatty and 1 out of Alva and Deep. Option 1. Okay, question number 5. How many of these students missed exactly one examination? How many of them missed exactly one examination? Now we know Carl missed one examination. Isha missed one examination. Right. We know Beatty missed 2 examination. Phony missed 2 examination. Right. Now, between Alva and Deep, both of them have missed Hindi. One of them would be missing only Hindi. The other one would have missed 2 exams, Hindi and science. So, people who missed only one examination will be Carl, Isha, and exactly 1 out of Alva and Deep. So, 3 people in all. Right? 3 people in all overall. And the 6th one, how many students can we be definite about the examination they missed? We know which are the exams Beatty missed, Carl missed, Isha missed, and Phony missed. 4 people we can be definitely sure of. Alva and Deep, we don't know which of them missed science and which of them attempted the science. So 4 people we are genuinely sure of. So wonderful set. It does not require a lot of calculations per se. It requires observation. The key point was to figure out that the highest cannot be a missed exam, the lowest cannot be a mixed exam, and the second lowest also cannot be the missed exam. Once you get this part, which requires you to know averages, etc., the rest of the questions can be solved. If you don't get this part, you will do a lot of trial error, unnecessary, but it will make it very lengthy as such. In an exam situation, I will say it is not very easy to attempt. It will take you at least 10 minutes to crack this logic and then additional 3 to 4 minutes to solve. Obviously, you have 6 questions which are there sitting there to answer, but unless you crack that first 10 minutes, be patient and figure out which are the ones, the remaining 3 minutes where you can get the questions pretty straightforward cannot be reached, right? So a moderate to tricky level question, not very easy, not very difficult, right? About 12 minutes to solve in an exam situation. That finishes this session on CAT 2020 LRDI solution. Do let us know how you found these particular set of solutions. In case you want to look at more such solutions, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on various social media groups. The links are available in the description of this video. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and all the best.